First, let me show you what we're going to be building. And this is made up of about 3 or 4 pieces. What we're going to be doing today is turning this piece out of a 1 1/4 inch diameter piece of machinable brass. This part here is the straight part of the stack, and you can see there's a threaded part. There's a casting that fits the top of the firebox, ornamental, and then it's a straight part that we will be finishing up today, even though most of it is all done. Anyway, there's the final product. Here's a picture of the plan with all my markings on it as to dimensions, etc. This is a scale drawing using a simple CAD program, and it gives me everything I need, like the tapers I'm going to cut, gives me the degrees, and it cuts down on the amount of calculations that I have to do. The 1 1/4 inch diameter round piece of brass, brass rod, in my lathe in order to make the diamond shaped portion of the stack that I'm building. As you can see here, I've set up my my indicator so that I can check for the alignment. I'm using the four jaw chuck, which allows me to center the workpiece very accurately in the chuck. And what I'll be doing is turning the chuck once I've got it all aligned, and watching for a deflect on the indicator. And as you can see, if you can, that it's right on. I mean, let me focus in on the indicator dial, and you can see that again. Okay, now that I'm zoomed in, I will turn the headstock piece so that you can see the deflection of the needle. And you can see that rotating of the workpiece does not deflect the needle more. Okay, I'm back, and I've set up my tool in my cross slide, and I'm using a carbide type cutting tool, and so I will start up the lathe and do the face-off movement on the end. There shouldn't be too much, although the original cut by the supplier of the metal was not exactly square, obviously. And here it's and we'll just probably do one more here. Still doesn't sound like it's hitting everywhere. I'll turn it off and check. There's some saw grooves. I'll keep going. Take off a few thousand. That's a little better cut. Probably now one more. Yeah, you can hear there's no chop, 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 chop. So that should take care of the end, the face-off cut. Next, I'm going to be reducing the large diameter to this overall width, which is 1.140, and I'm starting with a workpiece that's 1.250. So I'm going to be taking off a little bit. Anyway, this will take 2 or 3 passes. I'm not going to cut very aggressively, so it'll I'm probably do 3 to 5 thousandths at a time. Okay, I'm going to start up the lathe, and this is a cut that it's going to reduce the outside diameter to the 1.140. I'm going to go quite a ways up. And be careful not to hit my chuck jaws. Anyway, I'll make a couple passes on camera here and then I'll finish it up. So I'm now gonna go about 5/1000ths. You can tell the difference in the cut. Not really. I thought you may take maybe I can take even a bigger cut. This is a free machining brass, so it cuts like butter. It's beautiful. Okay, I've taken the workpiece down to 1.147 and my goal is 1.140. So I'll take this last cut and there's 7/1000ths to go, but when you're turning you divide that by 2 because you're taking it off both sides. So I'm going to go down by another 3/1000ths by my dial and leave the final sizing for one of the last steps. Adjusting the hand. There's 2, there's 3. So that's going to get me almost there. Here we go. Oh yeah, and I'm standing back from the piece because I don't want to be in the shot. So this is going to take me down within a couple thousandths of the final. Ease up to the edge here. Alright, back out. And then I'll put my measurement device on it to see what it really come out to be. So hold on, let me do that. Here's what I'm using. It's a digital. Make sure it's set to 0. I don't think I'm going to be able to show it so you can see it, but I'll try. 1140. Okay. So I overshot just a little bit. Didn't leave anything for later. Anyway, that's done. It's not undersized anyway because you never can put metal back on. Anyway, I'll then get set up for the next thing, which is drilling the center drill, and I'll start drilling through the workpiece to get a 1/2 inch hole on the inside. I'll start with a 1/8 inch and work my way up, an eighth or so at a time, until I get to the point where I will then use a boring bar, and a device like this. And I'll basically be milling from the inside of the hole to get to the final diameter that I want. Okay, I'm back and I've set up now to drill using a center drill, the smallest I have, to provide for a guide hole for the drills that I'm going to be using to get up to a 3/8 inch hole, which is the minimum for the boring bar that I have. Anyway, let's give this a go. That's all there is to that. And now I will change to the first drill. Here's how I set up my box of drills. I decide where I'm going to. Let's get this. I hate that production quality. You can see I've offset the drills in the box to let me know where I am. So here's a target size, and then every other one of these drills represents an increase in diameter, of course, or a decreased way I went. Anyway, so I'll start at the lower end with a 9/64, I believe. Okay, now I've set up my first drill bit. It's 9/64. It'll take 6 drill bit changes to get up to the 3/8 inch diameter. That again is the minimum that my boring bar that I happen to be using. I'm drilling in about 1.5 inches. Yeah, I'm drilling in 1.5 inches, and what I've done is I've marked that on the body of the drill. This is a simple, easy way. The depth of the hole is not critical, so I don't have to use any measurement other than that marker. And then from there on, the larger drills, I'll know when I bottom out. Anyway, we'll turn her on and give her a run here. I'm backing the drill out every so often to clean off the drill cuttings. I'll do that a couple times. When I get in there that deep, I start using a little bit of cutting oil. In this case, it's drilling compound, tapping and drilling compound, and it helps with the lubrication and keeping the things cool. I'm within 1/4 of an inch of my goal now. Pretty deep hole, 1.5 inches. In fact, the Shoreline tailstock is set up with 1.5 inches being the max you can do in any setting. So I'm within 1/4 of an inch now easily. Here you can see the little dot right there, blue dot. That's right at the 1.5 inches. So back out and change drills. I'm not going to show you every drill change. It's rather boring. But it takes 6 of them to do it. And in fact, I even have to have a drill chuck increase at the 3/8 inch drill level, because this little dude here, the little chuck I have on there won't go big enough. So there's lots of setup in these things.